Welcome to Youth to Glory, the new TEW save for TEW 9. So the rules for this save are quite simple, but I've given you a little graphic here to help you understand them. We start with the WWF in January 1992. Nobody we sign can be older than 30 years old. Nobody who's over 40 can win the world title, and nobody who's over 35 can win the IC or, in the future, US titles. Anyone over 40 must be moved into an out-of-the-ring position at their next contract, and the priority is pushing the youngest stars. And now that's all out of the way, I say we get straight into this. So come on, guys, let's go.
4 of Youth to Glory, and we've got the Royal Rumble for you here today. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. You already know the card if you've seen the previous episodes. And if you haven't, well, you might as well go and see what the build to this show was like. It's going to be a fun one. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. We've got Bobby and Gorilla on call tonight. It's going to be one hell of a show. And we kick off with the tag team titles on the line. The Legion of Doom defending against the Nasty Boys. And it goes 13 minutes, but it's the Nasty Boys who pick up the victory when Brian Knobbs pins Animal with the trip to Nastyville after the Natural Disasters, Jimmy Hart's other tag team, the ones who were slightly upset they didn't get this title shot, interfered on behalf. And the Nasty Boys are your new WWF World Tag Team Champions. Gets a 60 rating, and there's lots of different spin-offs which we can make from this, so I'm excited for that, even if it is not the decision I think most people were expecting. A 100 rated segment, as the Macho Man is here, and he's straight away looking for Jake Roberts. They have an unsanctioned match coming up later tonight. Match 2 on the card sees the Gilberts defeat the Beverly Brothers with a diving shoulder block after both Rick Martel and the Genius were in the back helping Martel get ready for the Royal Rumble match. So the Beverly Brothers, first week of being a faction, have already been hung out to dry. You know, it's what you do when you start a faction. You instantly start dissension. How will this pay off on Superstars? Don't know, but the Beverlys lose and the Gilberts get a big win on pay-per-view. And then, oh, that's fun. An 88 rated match, the all-around town match, the unsanctioned match, whatever you want to call it. Macho Man picks up the victory in 27 minutes and 23 seconds. So a near half an hour match. But Macho Man picks up the win with the flying elbow drop, and probably more than one. He is going straight for the heart of Jake Roberts. Elbow drop, elbow drop, elbow drop, elbow drop, elbow drop. Think the match against Warrior, but this time Roberts doesn't kick out. We then get some contrasting interviews here, as Gene Oakland interviews Bret the Hitman Hart. And Bret says, Mountie, look, I respect you as a performer, but you're never going to make it with Jimmy Hart in your area. And you know what? I learned that the hard way. I got rid of Jimmy, and that's when I became a champion. That's when I won singles gold and made it under my own name. If you want an actual chance in this match, ignore what Jimmy's told you. Leave him in the back. Come out, face me one-on-one, and we will see if you are ready for this yet. We then cut to the Mounties being interviewed by Mike McGurk, and she presents this option as well, like, hey, Mountie, Bret's offering a fair match, but he's saying you won't be able to succeed if you've got Jimmy Hart in your corner, and he's advising you to leave him in the back. And the Moutie's like, yeah, you know what? I don't want there to be any excuses when I beat you, Bret Hart. So yeah, Jimmy, I've got this. Stay in the back. I've got a plan. It's a 68, and we go straight into that match. And the Mountie did have a plan, because the Mountie picks up the victory in 18 minutes 59, so almost 19 minutes, with the Quebec Crab, after Shawn Michaels attacks Bret Hart. And the Mountie is your new Intercontinental Champion. It gets an 80 rated, this match does. Oh, we need to put Bret on in matches more, because that is fun. And Bret has lost the title because of Shawn Michaels. And after the match, we get a little angle. Jimmy Hart comes out to celebrate with the match. Like, yes, you did it, even without me, and I don't know what's going on with Shawn here. But he gets a hand put on his chest by Shawn. It's like, you're done here now, mate. This is our stuff. Sherry's out as well. And he tries to go through just to try and talk to the Mountie. And he just gets his arms held by HBK and Sherry. And the Mountie bounces off the ropes with a big pump kick to Jimmy Hart, officially dissolving their partnership. And he poses with Shawn Michaels and Sensational Sherry. 74 for an IC title angle which doesn't involve Bret Hart. I'm happy with a 74. But the Mountie is no longer in the Jimmy Hart first family. He's with Shawn Michaels and Sensational Sherry Martel. And then the Royal Rumble match. 30 men. Let me just run you through all the names in there, and then we'll go through the elimination order. You got Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Roddy Piper, Martel, Ric Flair, The Rocket, Owen Hart, Big Boss Man, Billy Gunn, Bob Bradley, who impressed obviously me the other episode even. Crush, Earthquake, El Matador, Haku, Hulk Hogan, IRS, Coca Beware, Conan El Barbaro, Marty Jannetty, Ted DiBiase, Papa Shango, Repo Man, Samu, Shawn Michaels, Sid Justice, Tatanka, The Barbarian, The Berserker, The British Bulldog, The Texas Tornado, The Undertaker, and The Warlord. A lot of those. And the match goes just under an hour. Your first elimination is Billy Gunn, then Bob Bradley, and then Conan El Barbaro, who, yes, whilst he's had some fun matches recently with Bret, he still isn't on that upper level. Tatanka goes quite early, then Barbarian. Papa Shango lasts actually quite longer than I thought he did. Owen Hart goes out, Crush, Haku, Coca Beware, El Matador. So Samu lasts longer than Haku. That's something to consider. The Berserker, The Warlord, Repo Man, The Texas Tornado, Earthquake, Jim Duggan, Bulldog, Jannetty and Michaels. So Jannetty comes out whilst Michaels is still in the ring, and he goes straight for Michaels. It's a massive clothesline over the ropes, bringing himself out with them. Jannetty's feet ironically hit the floor first, but he takes out Michaels as he does it. He didn't care about winning. He just wanted revenge on Shawn Michaels. Bossman, Martel, IRS, and $1 Million Man go out pretty much together. Probably The Undertaker did them. Piper, and then your final four is Taker, Hogan, Flair, and Justice. And it's in that order. Undertaker goes out. It's leaving Hogan, Flair, and Justice. Hogan gets thrown out with a big double backdrop, body drop from Flair and Justice. And Hogan is pissed. He starts grabbing the arm of Flair, and Flair goes for the legs. But Sid gets underneath him and pushes him over. Flair goes clattering into Hogan. His feet hit the floor. Ding, ding, ding. Sid Justice wins the Royal Rumble, and Sid is your new WWF Heavyweight Champion. And he gets a promo afterwards. Well, not a promo, but more of a celebration, if it wants to click. Gets a 91. Sid is just there with the belt. Hogan and Flair staring daggers at each other on the outside. But Sid doesn't care. He poses with the belt, and his music is playing. He is celebrating with his music finally for the first time in 92. Sid's won a match, and he gets the recognition because he did it on his own. Gets a 91 for closing angle. Oh, I think this might be the reversal of our fortunes from the previous few weeks of shows. It's an 83, so no, it isn't. Best match was Savage versus Jake, then Brett versus Mountie. Best angle goes to Savage and Sid. But I'm not too disappointed with that. Post show, Hulk Hogan was told he's good, told they're awesome. Brett praised on a great performance. Sid praised on a great performance. And Rick praised for a great performance. Everyone's pleased with that. Financially, there we go. That's why I wasn't worried about our debt, because it's going to be gone by next month. And our media scrum talks that we're having a cash flow issue. We are. We're about 3 million of debt, but we made a profit. We're turning a corner. We've hired Headhunter B. We'll play it by ear. Same with Conan. Marty Jannetty, I have faith he'll become more consistent. He literally did one thing. He did one move. How was he inconsistent in that? Ted DiBiase's taken Louis Spicoli as a protege. That'll be fun. I hope Louis Spicoli benefits. We're struggling to pay our bills. We will pull through. And that is it. That is the Royal Rumble. So let me know what you guys thought, because I enjoyed that show. I thought 183 was a bit harsh. But what you think is most important. And I'll see you next time for the first Superstars with Sid as our world champion. Goodbye.